Hey everybody, this is Joe. Welcome to my channel here on YouTube. This is part one of two of my generator shed build enclosure. Not much new here. About 80 to 90% of what I've done was inspired and just followed the standard best practices that is already out there over YouTube. So not much new here, except that there's a few little things that I did on my own to make it my own. And let me take you from the ground up and show you what I did. So here it is. Here's my Suncast shed. They have two different sizes. This is the smaller, I think, of the two. There's one even bigger than this. But I did some measuring and felt like I don't think I needed the bigger one, the one that actually houses these big type of garbage cans. So as you can see, I could maybe fit one of these in there, but there are Suncast sheds that are bigger. I'll take you down to my foundation here. The Suncast shed calls for making a wooden foundation using 2x6s. I felt like if I would have used 2x6s, I would have been doing a lot of digging to get down and put a base for the 2x4s. So what I did instead is I dug down about 4 inches instead of digging down like 6 to 8 inches. As you can see, there's my pile of dirt. And what I did is I filled it with about 3 inches of just plain gravel that you use in construction for the base of concrete pads. And then what I did is I took one of these paver, what do you call these? Paver edging. Cut it in half and put a strip on each side. Here's one. There's the other. And that was to contain all the gravel. Okay, after I put about 2-3 inches of gravel, I did make a wood base out of 2x3. As you can see, 2x3s. Did it according to the instructions. Instead of using 2x6s, I used 2x3s. I think it's like 31.5 by 52, and that's just big enough for the Suncast base. On top, I use a piece of hardy board, and then I encased all the wood and the hardy board with Flex Seal. That way, it'll help out weatherproofing it a little bit. Okay. On this side, I used a gable vent. I like this one. It was pre-painted, and it already has the screen. When I open up, I'll show you the screen. It already has a screen to keep the critters out. Then I used one of these Leviton to pass through my cable. And I did a upgrade on my generator to use propane. So that side is where I'll feed the propane. The Suncast shed is a simple build. It wasn't too bad. Here on top, I have my battery tender, solar battery power tender. Yeah, I got the wire running through, back, and down. On this side, I have my my gable fan that I installed. I went in from the outside. I noticed some people were drilling a hole this way and trying to install these fans on the outside. That would have cost excess drilling, so I wanted to keep it simple. Just cut out enough for the vent frame. Down here below, I still got to drill some holes and attach it. This is my exhaust port. I use fire block seal around the inside. I got to drill some holes and bolt it just for extra safekeeping. right here's my exhaust pipe. I got to cut that down so it'll fit better. This is my ground cable, my ground rod. Wasn't that hard getting it in there. I thought it'd be hard, and I thought I would mushroom this this rod using a sledgehammer. So I kind of got lucky. I couldn't find my sledgehammer, so I ended up using this, my 8x8 Olympia tamper. This I let gravity do all the work. Make sure you have it steady, and you just let it go, and it tamped it down, you know, inch by inch. So I got lucky. I didn't make it much. I started it with a regular claw hammer, got it down about 6 to 10 inches with my claw hammer, and then I used this for the rest of the way. That rod is about, what, 4 feet long. You know, and I got it down all the way with this. I left there's about 8 inches left. Then I connected the ground wire to it. So here is the generator. So I got the solar power battery tender coming down and around, and it's connected to my batteries here. Here's my fan. As you can see, I just made a cutout for the actual vent frame. The hole would have been a lot bigger if I would have went from the opposite side in and mounted this on the outside. It's just that you would have to cut out a lot more to pass through this this fan cage. So I went the other way. And before I installed everything, I put a bead of caulking around everything. As you can see, I used 2-inch bolts. I'll explain more about the bolts, what you guys can do to make your build a little better. Remember, you're going through plastic, and these metal bolts crush plastic. Okay, I got this exhaust pipe from Amazon. What you do, there is a clamp holding your flame arrestor onto the little tailpipe of your generator. You take the clamp off, but leave the flame arrestor in there, and then it's just a matter of sliding on this fitting here, and then you connect your flex pipe. You tighten that down with this clamp, and then I just run it out my exhaust. So what I want to do is cut it down some, so that way when I'm not running it, I could pull this inside, and then the flapper for this will close, keeping out critters. Then when I run it, I could just stick this back out through the hole. As you can see, I put a lot of fire seal inside, fire block foam inside. The Suncast shed has all these little holes throughout. As you can see holes throughout. And what I did is I went and got, like I said, the fire block foam, and I also got closed cell regular foam. Stuck the hose down inside and try and fill as much of this cavity as possible. These hollow walls of all the sides. Try to fill as much as possible. Word to the wise, don't do it on a hot day, because the heat is just gonna melt the foam and it's not going to expand like it's supposed to. Okay, what else? So I connected the wire to the inside of my terminal board of the fan, and then I run it down, and it powers from my generator. It comes with a low, medium, high fan speed control, but you could plug this directly into your generator and it'll run full speed. I figured this thing came with it. It's kind of like pointless in my opinion, so you have to plug the cord in here, then you plug it in here, and if you so desire, when the generator is running, you could go from high, medium to low, but I just keep it on high. It's just, that's off. Just as soon as I hear it unclicks off, that's as high as it'll go, and I'll just leave it there. Here's my ground wire, run it down, round through here, right there. Let's see what else. Got my hour meter, got it connected here, and then it's down, run around to the whatchamacallit, circuit breaker. The spark plug wire. Got it wrapped around like 4 or 5 times around the spark plug wire. So now the last thing I want to do is more sound deadening. Oh, here's the you can see it. You see that gable vent comes with a built-in screen. So that's why I opted for that. You just go to your home store and you can buy one of those in the all the way in the back by the attic type stuff you could buy, and the roofing stuff all the way back there. Okay, so the last thing I got to do to this is to create more sound deadening. What I've noticed of all the vast majority of videos out there is it seemed like everybody who's done like a generator shed like this, they all live out in the country, and so you don't have to worry so much about the noisiness of your generator bugging your neighbors. But you see, here I live in California. I live in a cookie cutter community. My neighbor is right there, so I figure they're 10 feet away from the generator, their wall. So what I am going to do, let me take you in my garage here. I am going to install Dynamat on all the walls. I bought this Dynamat because I was watching videos of guys. What they want to do is quiet down their engine compartments and their undercarriage of the cars to make their cabins a lot quieter. So I'm going to give it a shot. I am going to cut all these pieces to fit. I'm going to stick it wherever I can, you know, all the way around. I got about 10 sheets of this Dynamat, and hopefully that makes a difference. As of right now, with just the Predator Generator 9000 running, it's about 90 something decibels open air like this. With just the foam and closing it up and closing top here, that brings it down to about 65, 70. I could run a test here after I install the Dynamat and see how much further it goes down. What I've learned from all those videos is vibration is your enemy. This plastic is flimsy, and the powerful generator running vibrates everything, and that's why you get so much reverberating noise coming from these things. So what you got to do is kill the vibrations, and then that'll deaden the noise vastly. According to all the videos of the car guys, I said, they're saying the vibration is what causes most of the noise, other than the open air. So I only have 2 open spots. I have here in the fan, and of course the vent, correct, right? But at least those are facing away from my house. so that's not going to make much of a difference. But the remaining surfaces of this shed, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try and use the Dynamat and see how much more quiet that is. Now for the top, I have something special. I have what they use for the hood liners. I have this also. I have Dynaliner right here that they put on the hood of your inside of your car. And you know, it's heat rated and stuff. It's just this little generator motor. It's not going to put out much more heat than a car engine. So I think I'll be fine with this Dynamat and the Dynaliner to try and quiet this down a little bit more. So that way the neighbors don't even know I have it running. Alrighty. So when I have time to do that, I will. If you got any questions about what I did here, I'll upload links to all these parts and pieces that I use for my shed. And tune in for part 2 after I install the Dynamat and to see how quiet this thing becomes. All right, I think that's it for now. Give me a holler if you got any questions. Okay, bye.